I'm from a road policing background. I'm been with Wellington road policing group for about 10 years now. So most of my time in the police are on the road dealing with all sorts of incidents, including crash I'm going to talk about today. And yeah, people somehow, for their own fault or someone else's fault, involved in a crash. But what we do, there's simple way to remember and to best dealing with the situation. I here give you some suggestions from my experience, and people, if they can follow my advice, and will be better in the future in dealing with that kind of situation, vehicle crash and other incident. So I would say in Chinese, if you involved in a crash, put your hands up. 1, 3, 5. That's how I summarize it. It's 1, 3, and 5. Easy to remember. What's 1 is you best to obtain a full insurance policy before you driving your vehicle on the road. So we all better to have policy to cover whatever happened. Accident do happen, but if we have insurance, especially full insurance, not third party, it's much, much better. Second, talk about 3. 3 are the people. When you involved in a crash situation, there were 3 kind of people you need to be more focused. The first one will be who is injured. The people might get injured or need some help. So first think who need help for life-saving, for prevent further injury, and who should we call, like ambulance, obvious, 111 you can call. The second, also people, but this is particular, the other vehicle involved, their driver. I'm not talking about passengers. So focus on the driver of the other party. Say, for example, the simple situation is 2 vehicles involved, you and other vehicle. Keep an eye on the other vehicle driver. Have a look of what he appeared to be. Like, is he appeared to be drunk? Or is he appeared to be a decent, good people, or some nasty drivers that you might be facing some trouble in dealing with him? So, and don't also, if he walk away, and you keep an eye on where he was going. So when you report this, then you know how to describe him and describe his appearance. And the third people is also people you need to be focused, is witness. So let's tell the difference. The passenger in the other vehicle is not witness, and the passengers in your vehicle is not witness. When I talk about witness here, I say it in Chinese, 有效证人, which is the independent third party that is not directly involved. It's like a bystander or pedestrian or other vehicles that are not involved, their drivers. The 2 best witness for your incident is the vehicle that followed right behind you, and the vehicles followed right behind the other vehicle that is involved with you. So witness is important. Just ask them, have you seen anything? Can you leave me your name and number, so when I report that you can be called as witness of this incident. Okay, now I'm talking about the 5. I've done 1, 3, 3 all peoples, and 5 now. 5 is we better to exchange details when crash happened. You got out, if no one injured and both parties are okay, no one walk away and no one arguing, then because you're insured, ask if the other party is insured, and then you can start exchange details. So details, you put your hands up. 5, which is driver's name, driver's home address, driver's contact phone number. Those are the information, the details need to for your insurance claim. So your insurance can later get hold of the other party. If they know their name, they know their home address, they can send a letter, and they know their telephone number, they can call them. And also you need to exchange details about registration, vehicle registration. And also finally ask them, which insurance company are you with? Do you have an insurance? With who? Okay, if we have these 5 things exchanged, if there's no injury, basically police are not necessary to be involved. So you can just let the insurance to handle the situation. And most of the insurance managers are experienced in dealing with this. They know who is at fault based on the report. Some of the things are so obvious. But even if you can't provide details of as to who is at fault or supposed to be, don't discuss this at the scene, especially with the other party. That easy. I've seen many cases, people already start arguing, and I've seen many other cases reported also. Drivers jumped out and start apologizing. So either apologizing or disputing or arguing is no help with the insurance cases or the police case. So when police arrived, they will still have to make their own investigation, look for witness, and listen to both parties' stories and find out the situation and to decide finally what's going to be the outcome of their investigation. So another thing, if you supposed to change details with the other party, but they refused, this is quite common. And this is the time you need to think, should I call the police? Because if I can't get detail, even my insurance can't help me. So this situation, police will step in and help you exchange details. So give police a call, even though it's minor, but you can't get details from the other party, or he's refused, he's rude, especially, and he's arguing, then it's no help when you keep on making the request for exchange details, only make the situation worse. Then you call the police, ask for help. And also after that, or during the situation, when crash happened, everyone got their cell phone, has camera, and you can start taking photos of the damage. I have a suggestion. When you take photo, many people take photos and send to me later. They focus so close to where the dent is, where the scratch is, but that's with minimum help to our investigation. If you can take a photo of the whole street, whole car, facing the registration number plate, and when this side, say left-hand side of damage occurred, you take the whole left-hand side of the car. Police can later zoom in the picture to see the detail of the damage. But police will be happy to learn what's the big picture. So include, if you can, everything in your photo. That's very helpful. And also that will help you to, when you report to your insurance, will help them. Finally, I will let you know, when police arrived, sometimes you call the police, or sometimes bystanders has called the police. When police arrive, police are to give you two things. One is the police officer involved, his detail, his phone number, his name. Most police officers will hand their name card to you and to other driver. And the second, police should give you a incident, what we call event number. And that number is the reference number of the incident. And then you can report it and forward it to your insurance. So remember, there will be an incident number given to you by the officer attended. Okay, if he or she forgot to give you these two things, don't walk away without having those details. Like, oh, I can't remember which officer I was spoken to, and I can't, police didn't give me the event number. I don't have a number to report to my insurance. Then very hard for the insurance to find out which incident that you're talking about, who was going to do the crash report. Okay, and the very last is about towing away your vehicle. Obviously, if vehicle is not drivable, leaking liquid or oil, and the police will say this car has to be towed. And if you have your insurance, you can start organizing the tow yourself. And if you don't have the insurance, be prepared. The towing company will ask you to organize some payment method or to give them some guarantee that they can get their towing fee back at the scene. Otherwise, they will drop off. So your car will still be there. So finished by this, I'm now happy to answer questions. Thank you.
Thank you, Constable John. That is a very clear and very succinct information. And I have to say, even though I've been here for almost 20 years, this is just fantastic. I wish I could have learned all that way before. So thank you. Now we open to questions. However, I know, like even if Crystal or Ling Ling have further questions, I'm happy to take them as well. Just one thing for me, John, because I understand sometimes the person who involved in a car accident might not able to speak English when the police is there. So would they be getting someone to help them with interpretations of the language, or what would be the situation with that?
The answer to that is no, unlikely, because at the scene, to get someone in person or even over the phone is really difficult. The police, first thing, they have to deal with the scene, the crash, the debris, the blocking of the traffic, and to get the traffic going. Those are their priorities. And police will soon, or everyone can see very clear what just happened and then how to clear the mess. So that's their priority. And even if you don't speak the language, don't worry too much, because like I said, we are not talking about who is at fault, who is responsible at the scene. Those are the police investigation later on. So you can later have your friend or your daughter and son come with you to the station, and because you have the officer's detail, you can send him email and says, speak to so-and-so, she can help me translate. All this can happen after. So at the scene, the immediate emergency is to clear the scene. But when I say clear, it also preserved evidence before we clear. So like police, you will see they jump out their car, start taking photos, and start calling for witness, and start taking witness details before taking the driver details, because they don't want the crucial evidence gone. Because the witness, they might have something to do, they walked off, and police can never find that witness again.
Thank you.